Before I get into the big details of NASCAR Heat 3, I'd like to take the time to review some minor ones. First off, third-person camera still sits really high. Pit times are still crazy long. The front of the Ford Fusions, I mean, come on, they're still not correct. The clouds, a huge improvement. The lighting and shading is phenomenal. Fans now clap their hands and cheer for nobody on the track. Eric Almirola's paint scheme, almost updated. They've added a new side mirror. Well, you can't really see much because it's black. You're greeted with ready to go green instead of get ready. Ryan Newman still likes to wreck people. And drivers celebrate standing on their window, yes, with the window net up. Alright, I tried to have some fun with that intro there, but there is a lot of new features coming in NASCAR Heat 3, one of them being the Extreme Dirt Tour. As their website says, in addition to the 3 national NASCAR series being the Camping World Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and Monster Energy Cup Series, players can sling some mud in this all-new dirt racing circuit. The trailer and all the screenshots from this look amazing. It should be a lot of fun. I'm excited to drive these cars around the tracks and hopefully race with people online against these cars. That'd be really cool. Speaking of online, they are adding the esports tournaments feature. It says compete against others from across the globe in daily and weekly tournaments. Lay down a great race time and qualify for the finals in your skill bracket. Win your bracket for ultimate bragging rights. So this is very similar to time trial on all the Formula One games where you try to compete, you get on the leaderboard and stuff. It's kind of like that. You're going for lap times, and you're gonna compete with other people around the world, try to beat their lap times. I mean, there might be some league aspect to it, kind of like what Forza has, where you can actually race against other people, but for now it just seems like it's like a little time trial thing. You just go out and set down the quickest lap. So along with the Extreme Dirt Tour, they're obviously going to add new tracks, one of the bigger ones being dirt racing at Bristol Motor Speedway, and what they say on their website, NASCAR Heat's first ever dirt road course. So I'm not too sure what to think about this. It just sounds like another fantasy track. I personally have never been a big fan of fantasy tracks, especially in the EA series. We have a lot of tracks in America where I think we can create real life tracks. I don't know, I'm not a big fan, but we'll see how that goes. There are other dirt ovals as well. I mean, obviously Eldora should still be in the game, and there's like another dirt oval that's supposed to take place out in Arizona or something like that. So at least we have multiple dirt ovals, which is really nice. Obviously, since NASCAR changed the layout of the Charlotte Roval, 7 of 4 updated that Roval and put it into NASCAR Heat 3, and yeah, there are 2 screenshots from the trailer that confirm that the Roval has been updated. I also keep forgetting this one, but yes, Phoenix International Raceway, or ISM Raceway, whatever you want to call it, that updated version has been added into game, and again, there's 2 screenshots from that. One from the trailer, which is a picture of Tyler Reddick, and you can obviously see that there are no front stretch stands anymore, but other than the other picture with Chase Elliott, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Busch, there's not much to see from it, but you can tell that they have updated it, especially with the new pit lane in the infield. They've also added a deeper career mode. Again, as it says on their website, make a name for yourself in the all-new Extreme Dirt Tour and advance to NASCAR's 3 national series. Sign contracts with some of the biggest racing teams in NASCAR or start your own team. See if you can bring home the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series trophy. So just looking at these screenshots, especially with the facility, I mean, that's a huge step up from anything we've had in a career mode lately, especially from all the Technics NASCAR games. This kind of reminds me of the EA Sports days. and it's just so much more in depth. You have to kind of manage your team and manage the people working on your cars. You also have to worry about upgrades and the engine, aero, and the chassis, I guess, part of the car. This next one is really small. They make it seem really big, but they call it stories. Before the green flag waves, get live updates on your race. Watch as your drivers get sent to the back for technical violations and get updates on who's having a good weekend and who's struggling. So the only bits of this we have are of this Coke Zero Sugar 400 Daytona screen, and then we have qualifying notes. One of Joey Logano winning the pole, and obviously Denny Hamlin winning the pole. So on their website, they say there's more than that. They said there'll also be news on like people who get sent to the back with technical violations, which should be really cool. It really will change how your races play out, especially if you're racing against someone for the playoffs and they get sent to the back. You'll be really excited for that. And I mean, it seems like they'll talk about a lot of drivers, so that should be interesting. Again, they make this seem like it's a big deal, but it's not. Under gameplay improvements, it reads, a new racing line gives real-time feedback on the optimal line and speeds in practice. Skip tuning in the garage and dial in your car's handling to your unique driving style with 9 predefined car setups. So I like how they have this racing line thing, and it seems like it's only going to be in practice. So it gives you time to get a feel for the track, and you can use that racing line to see where you might need a brake, where you might need to get on the gas, and what's the best line to take at a lot of these tracks. In these screenshots, it does show the racing line going from like a green to a yellow, so it will show you braking points and stuff, and especially at road courses. And it's only in practice, which I personally really like, because then it makes you stay in the practice session for a really long time, get a feel for the track, and then you're without it for the rest of the weekend. You have to be responsible for the racing line that you take and whether or not you take it or not. They also mention how they have 9 predefined car setups, which will be really helpful for those who don't understand how to set up a car, and for people like myself, you just need to try something new and hopefully find something that's quicker. That should be really helpful. Okay, so my thoughts and opinions on NASCAR Heat 3. It is definitely an improvement from NASCAR Heat 2, even though just from the trailer and just from the features that they talk about, it is still an improvement from NASCAR Heat 2. The biggest things that I want to know is handling and physics. Handling and physics has always been my number one top of the list when it comes to these latest NASCAR games. And a lot of people ask, well, why? What do I expect? Well, I'm not expecting NR 2003 handling styles. I'm not expecting iRacing handling styles. I'm really expecting the Utenix NASCAR game styles. Those were the best handling physics of any NASCAR game, period. We had an issue with NASCAR Heat Evolution was the twitchiness. Everything was really twitchy. It was really hard to control the cars, and I mean, you could get used to it after a while, but it was just way too much work. NASCAR Heat 2, they kind of fixed it. They kind of lowered that sensitivity, but the cars just didn't feel natural. It felt so arcadey, and it just doesn't feel like you're driving a stock car. Yes, they're still on the Unity engine. I do not expect the physics to get any better, but there could be a chance that they have improved them, they have tweaked them. So again, we will not know until we actually get the games ourselves. At the beginning of the year, Unity came out with a new engine, and that engine improves the visuals of the game. And it's hard to tell on all the trailers and the screenshots from NASCAR Heat 3, but they have improved a ton. I mean, I just quickly pointed that out in the intro of this video, but I mean, if you look back at NASCAR Heat Evolution and NASCAR Heat 2, no, the clouds are horrible. And so with these clouds in NASCAR Heat 3, I mean, that realism feel is just, I mean, it's getting there. The lighting effect, there's even that one screenshot of Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin at Martinsville, and oh my gosh, I can stare at this picture forever. You got the sun beating down on the cars, and you got some reflection, especially on Kevin Harvick's scheme. You can really see that reflection, but then look how dark it gets by the wheel and by the bottom of the car. Now, I don't know if the car is weathered or something. It kind of seems that way. It kind of seems as if the car is weathered, but even if not, it just, that darkness on the side of the cars and that shadow is such a huge improvement. And I think graphically everything looks way better than NASCAR Heat 2. I've talked to some of my friends on Xbox, and we were discussing the Extreme Dirt Tour and how if you want to go through the career ranks, you basically have to start in the Extreme Dirt Tour. A lot of people don't find this that realistic, especially since a lot of drivers that come up through the 3 national series of NASCAR start in the K&N series, either the K&N Pro East or the K&N Pro West series. They don't necessarily go from dirt to the 3 national series. Not a lot of people do that anymore. So I'm not really too sure what to think about that. I personally think the Extreme Dirt Tour will be really quick, since there's not a lot of dirt tracks. So that means a dirt season would have to be pretty quick, and I don't think it will take long to go through the dirt series before you get to the trucks and then move your way up. But again, in the career mode setting, I like what I'm seeing from the little bits of the trailer, and it should really add some depth into the game. It should really add that motivation to wanting to continue to play the game and keep building on what you have. So even though some of my expectations of a NASCAR console game aren't up there, I'm still excited for what NASCAR Heat 3 has to offer. Obviously, you can go check out their website. They say they're going to be posting more stuff within the next 2 months, and you can look forward to more news and hopefully some more videos of the games. So that's going to be it for me. Make sure you like this video and leave your comments down below on what you're excited to see and what you might want to see in the upcoming NASCAR game. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.